Hey, we're the Ohio guys on location at OhioCon in Columbus, Ohio. And today we're joined by Rob Mungle. How are you doing today?
I am having a great time.
Oh,
I'm doing
good.
wonderful. This has been a fantastic con. I've had
Hasn't
a great
it?
time. Yeah.
It's been a great convention.
They do a very good job here.
So what's it like working in the industry today?
It's different. I've been doing this since 1994, and so the technology has certainly changed. It's a lot easier to do anime now, or do the voice acting work that I do now as compared to back then. All the digital stuff has made it so much easier, so much quicker. The downside is when you get paid by the hour like I do, you know, they don't need you as long.
A little less money now.
And you know, there's also issues with people, BitTorrent it, and they rip it off. They're not paying for it, and that's industry wide. That's throughout.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
the Ohio guys does not support that.
Yeah, we don't support that. We support you enjoying it, but we all have to make our money, and you can't make it unless you're making money. You can't make more of it. So, but that's about the only thing. The story writing has been it's always been fantastic, and there's a lot of great stuff that's coming out. So it's a vibrant industry, and I've seen it now. It kind of waned a little bit, maybe about 10 years ago. There was kind of an ebb and flow, and I think it's picking back up again. And as evidenced by the thousands of people who came out for this event.
Yep, growing and growing, the conventions.
Yeah.
What's the favorite anime that you've worked on? Now, a lot of people say it's like trying to pick your favorite baby.
Right, yeah. There's a lot I don't like. I won't mention them, but the favorite one I did was when I'm a jockey on Ghost Stories. I played the cat. Because that one was, they basically threw the script out.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they threw the script out and said, we're going to start from scratch and rewrite these things. And my character, I got to just basically improv maybe about 70% of it. And so that was the most fun I ever had doing one.
Well, speaking of Ghost Stories, was one of the later questions. Oh, yeah. What was it like working on it?
It was a lot of fun. Stephen Foster was the director on that. And they came to him with the title. And they said, listen, we have the rights to this, but it's not great, and so you can do whatever you want with it. And so he went back and rewrote the stories and made it. They weren't funny in the original. He made them funny. He took the comedy and let's just make this like a parody of anime almost. And it was so well done and so much fun. And he's a very talented director, and I've worked with him on probably 100 different titles, and he just took that and made it his own and did a great job on it. That's probably still my favorite.
It's one of mine as well.
Oh, I appreciate it.
If you could be any of the characters you played in real life, who would it be and why? You can mix and match if you want to.
Oh, man. If I could be, I don't even know. I've played so many like little side characters that will come in, we'll have one or two lines that they have to be filled, and so they're not a major character. But there was one, and the title escaped, but he was a general, and he had this. He had complete control over this ship. If I could be a general on a giant spaceship, that would be the one. I would love that. I want to be that kind of role. That's what I'd like to be. So more often than not, I'll play a shopkeeper or something like that, and it's not that exciting. But I would love to do that, and I'd love to be the cat too, because he's just a snarky little a-hole who just walks around and nobody cares. So
good stuff.
Yeah.
What was it like working on Angel Beats?
Oh, God, I don't even remember that now. They're all great. Every time you do something like that, most of the time you come into them and you don't have an idea of what it is you're doing. And so, and I've told this story. I've told this millions of times. And when I come into an anime, they'll say, "Hey, would you like any backstory, or would you like to see it?" I say, "Just send me the picture of who it is that I'm doing, and then I'll come in and I'll make up a voice for them." And that's what I do with all the animes. And so, whenever we do them, they're all variations on the theme, It's all variations on the theme. And so when we get in there and do them, I just like to let myself go into the character and just have fun with it. So that's why I am with all of them. I have fun with all of them because this isn't hard work. I come out there and I do stupid voices, and they paid me money to talk into a box. And so anytime I can do that with any character, with any title, I relish that. I love that. I can't get enough of it.
What was it like working on Needless?
Oh God, I don't remember. I don't remember.
It's totally fine.
Because and I'll tell you, to be honest with you, most of the time I do this, I come in really hungover.
That's great. We love it.
I'll get hungover the night before, and they'll say, come in on a Saturday at 10 a.m. Like, oh God, I got to come in there. It's Saturday, and I'll get in there, and and I don't even remember. I don't even remember the actual physical stuff that happens.
Hey,
it's all the same. It's like
it still turns out great. So
yeah,
who cares?
it turns and the funny thing about it is when you get in there, it's all the same. You're in a very small little box they put you in the sound room, and when you get in there, you're almost. You have to be lost in the film. You have to watch the film, and that's why I get upset. I'll be doing something, and they'll say, "Okay, this is the anime," and I'll start doing the voices and start doing whatever, and somebody's very excited over there. Yeah.
Something's happening somewhere.
Somebody's showing their breasts, I think. Anyway, but
we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. But when I get in there and I'll start doing it, and I'll do my character, and I'll be sitting there and I'm like, "Oh wait." I want to watch the rest of it because I was getting caught up in the story, and it's like, oh, you got to go back. It's like, all right, whatever. So that's really what most of them are all like. They're all variations on a theme.
So we know that you're a stand-up comedian and comic.
Yeah.
And you're called the Reverend.
Correct.
Would you like to go into a little more about that?
Well, they call me the Reverend because I got ordained online to marry a friend of mine. So I went to one of these websites where you can become a Reverend. And it actually took me longer to get a library card than it did to become a Reverend, which I find is interesting. And so I did that, and I've done probably 60 weddings over the course of the last 10 years since I've done it, from different friends and stuff. And I actually bought it. You can buy the one I got. You can buy a title. And so I bought the Right Reverend, the Grand Revelator, the Colonel, Robert L. Mungle. So that's my legal name. Not my legal name, but that's my professional name that I can sign stuff with now. So if you need to get married, I can knock it out. I had somebody actually they proposed to his girlfriend here, and I was walking past and I gave him my card and I said, hey, if you want to knock this out, I can do the whole thing right here. We can do it all.
Now, come on.
Yeah. And he goes, no, but I want to get my friend to do it. So.
Well, that's screw you.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I didn't need the $120 anyway. So there you go. Yeah, so that's why I'm the Reverend, and that name just stuck. So, especially in my comedy, I do a lot of comedy that's not religious and anti-religious, and I talk about the different religions of the world and how I can't stand them, and so it's just kind of an ironic title that I have with it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything coming out that you can talk about, or anything you want to plug right now?
The anime stuff I can't talk about.
Yeah. NDA agreements.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, you can't talk about that. But I do have like I said, I do stand-up comedy, and I work at a group called the Whiskey Brothers. It's myself and 3 other comedians, John Wesley, Slade Ham, and Sam Damaris. And we all got together and we started doing a podcast about 3 years ago. And it's called the Whiskey Brothers Podcast. You can find it at praisewhiskey.com. It's not safe for work. It's 4 comics who sit around getting drunk on whiskey and talking about the world and talking about our lives and stuff. It's got very funny. And so we had some success with it. And so we found producers who like the success we've had. And so we're shooting a television special, a stand-up comedy special in February that's going to be released to, I can't talk about who, but it'll be available later in the year. So look for it. It's the Whiskey Brothers.
Go check that out. Well, watch it when it comes out.
Yeah, watch it. And I can't tell you where it's at, again, but it will be out. You'll be able to find it. You can find it at praisewhiskey.com. You'll be able to find all the details there.
We'll make sure once it's announced, we'll post it on. So
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
We'd like to join you. We'd like to thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem.
He's Rob. I'm Mike, and we'll see you next time.